Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 337 based on novel. So let's start. Damn. Looking at this scene, not only the 4 demon guards looked in astonishment, but even the eyes of the 4 soul venerable and all the powerhouses present became astonished. They just made wedding dresses for others by doing this, which made them extremely angry from the bottom of their hearts, and tried to kill Xiaoyang completely. Let's go. Everyone looked at each other, and then they didn't bother about personal grievances and went directly to the inside of the Wuzhishan formation. As for Irene, she has already left here. After all, there are many treasures given to her by his teacher, so it is quite easy to leave here. And it was this move that established her status as a queen in Li's Soul Realm in the future. Boom. Xiaoyang was extremely fast and stepped into the Wuzhi mountain formation directly in front of everyone. Although there were many strong men chasing after him, Xiaoyang was not afraid at all. It's such a strange power. Just after entering here, Xiaoyang felt a burst of incredulity, because there were clearly 5 huge stone pillars that were incomparably huge. After Xiaoyang entered here, they moved quickly and temporarily bound Xiaoyang's figure to one side. Just when Xiaoyang was thinking about how to cross the 5 fast-moving stone pillars, not far behind Xiaoyang, a strange little beast roared slightly, as if to remind Xiaoyang of something. Little guy, little Zhuama. Xiaoyang turned his head to look, and found that on the strange little beast, little Zhuama was lying quietly, breathing one after another, as if falling into a coma, but it was not serious. You mean, send her over? The next moment, the little beast roared desperately, looking at the bottom of the 5 stone pillars that were moving at a high speed, and said hurriedly. The 5 stone pillars, moving at high speed, soon completely covered the dark space at the bottom to protect it, but Xiaoyang was able to detect that the dark space at the bottom seemed to contain some kind of tyrannical magic power, which was related to the many treasures in his body. The same wonderful thing. Xiaoyang. Stop for me. Just when Xiaoyang hesitated, dozens of strong men from behind rushed in and roared at Xiaoyang. Roar. Seeing this, the strange little beast's eyes were bright, and a roar sounded. I'll trust you once. Seeing this, Xiaoyang made a decisive decision, directly picked up the little beast and the little Zhuama, and immediately made a projection. His arms and footsteps exerted force at the same time, and threw them towards the bottom of the formation. Not good. Stop him. Seeing Xiaoyang's strange behavior, the 4 demon guards were shocked as if they had noticed something, and immediately filled their bodies with a sacred milky white aura, and shot towards Xiaoyang. Humph. 4 fingers in the sky. Xiaoyang didn't look shocked when he saw this. He exerted his strength to the extreme, and lightly tapped the 4 of them. Boom. A flame of more than 100 feet appeared easily, and then the void here was completely ignited, and a dry and hot breath came to the nostrils. You bastard, the fire attribute power is so tyrannical. The 4 demon guards and Xiaoyang were the closest, so they naturally received the full power of Xiaoyang's blow. Light curtain wall. The demon guard realized that Xiaoyang's attack was extraordinary, and one of them immediately opened and closed his hands, and a milky white light shield directly protected the 4 figures. The strength of the demon guard is tyrannical, but Xiaoyang's move was only to buy time, so he bought time at once. Go. Little guy. Seeing that the 4 of them were temporarily stopped, Xiaoyang was also looking at the strange little beast and little Zhuama. For some reason, Xiaoyang always felt that the little beast and little Zhuama seemed to have a good heart. What the is this guy doing? Seeing Xiaoyang and the demon guard briefly fighting each other, many strong men didn't have time to think, and suddenly 5 huge stone pillars suddenly emerged from their feet, roaring at them heavily. Boom. The 5 stone pillars seem simple, but there is a terrifying mysterious fluctuation on them, as if the corpse will be left without the slightest contamination, and the power contained in the stone pillars is not theirs. Strength can handle it. As Xiaoyang threw the 2 small beasts at the bottom of the Wuzhi mountain formation, a strange scene suddenly occurred. Just as the 5 stone pillars were about to hit the petite figures of the 2, you didn't have to think to know that the next moment they would be crushed into flesh. At the same time, everyone only heard a thud, and the 2 of them actually turned into a grey flame, penetrating the stone pillar directly, and submerged into the bottom of the formation. Silence, deathly silence. Asshole. Look at what you've done. Suffer to death. It just so happens that you also have a touch of holy flame on your body. When I capture you, it will also make up for my loss this time. Seeing the disappearing strange little beast and little Zhuama, the strong on the scene immediately exploded. When the pot was opened, the 4 demon guards completely wrapped Xiaoyang one after the other, the milky white light filled his body, and it seemed that he had been prepared for a long time. What should we do? Seeing this, the other strong men were nervous. Go ahead, I don't believe in this evil. If we crack this formation, then the immortal fire will be ours. As soon as the voice fell, the powerhouses of the other 4 courtyards joined forces to crack the Wujishan formation. So ruthless. Seeing the 4 demon guards wrapping himself directly, blocking all his escape routes, Xiaoyang couldn't help but spit out a drool in his throat, and spoke with difficulty. I am now in the middle stage of the 4-star fighting immortal, facing the 4 powerhouses in the early stage of the 5-star fighting immortal. This kind of battle is probably in a deadly situation. Only by relying on the holy flame and many means of pressing the bottom of the box can it be possible. A lifeline. Boy, just grab it and hand over the source of holy flame in your body, we can spare you. Seeing Xiaoyang motionless, the strongest demon guard among the 4 immediately said. The 4 demon guards with the strength in the early stage of the 5-star fighting immortals can be regarded as looking down on me, but this is trying to restrain me, but it is not enough. The voice just fell, and suddenly Xiaoyang's body was filled with fiery red crimson flames and khaki fiery hearts. Tianyang burst out suddenly, rendering his breath as hungry as a flame king. Holy flame ranked 35 on the holy flame list. Is it Huixin Tianyang? But, can you recognize this thing? Seeing Xiaoyang's fierce resistance, the demon guard leader did not feel any displeasure, but a treacherous smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, and even a pure white light appeared on the palm of his hand. The group slowly emerged. The pure white light group is only the size of a fist, and it is wrapped in white light that cannot be seen as a power, but the violent shaking exudes mysterious power, but it is like a human heart. That mysterious power is very common to other people, but for Xiaoyang, it was a devastating pressure. Seeing this, Xiaoyang shrank his pupils tightly and lost his voice. What is this? With the appearance of this thing, Xiaoyang actually found that Fenju in his body exuded an aura of fear, and even the 2 holy flames in his body and the holy flame heart on his chest burst out with fear. Meaning, this thing is definitely aimed at holy flame. Could this thing be the so-called holy flame killer? After a while, a touch of astonishment appeared in Xiaoyang's heart. Master of the holy flame, let's capture it. The leader of the demon guard was at a height below 0, the pure white light group on the palm of his hand kept shaking, and a trace of mysterious and unpredictable power spread out. Damn! What the is this? Xiaoyang's eyes were extremely solemn, floating in the air. The power of the holy flame in his body was greatly restricted. Seeing that your death is imminent, I will tell you with great compassion. This is a pure heart. It's the most powerful thing that is specifically aimed at holy flame. Seeing Xiaoyang sitting quietly in the void like a mouse that could easily be captured, the demon guard leader roared. His tone was quite indifferent, and he said with a shorter-wind demeanor, "Pure heart." As soon as the demon guard leader's voice fell, Xiaoyang also noticed something and was surprised. Pure heart, this is the product of the countless arrogances of their extraterritorial evil clan. Having it is enough to limit half of the holy flame power of the holy flame controller, and once the source of holy flame is contaminated by the pure heart, it will be completely suppressed by its seal, as short as a few hundred years, as many as 1,000 years. The power of holy flame. It can be said to be the most outstanding masterpiece among the evil tribes outside the territory. At this time, Yu'er approached and explained. Xiaoyang heard the words, but did not speak, but looked solemnly at the pure heart wrapped in white light above the demon guard leader. The ability to control holy flames such as Huixin Tianyang in the middle stage of the 4-star Dozian is enough to show that your strength and talent are extraordinary, but our demon guards will not let anyone threaten our grand plan of mankind. It's over. After the demon guard finished speaking, his palms tumbled suddenly. Immediately, the white light shook violently, and bursts of strange patterns spread out like energy ripples. Be careful. Yu'er hurriedly released his dazzling soul power, trying to protect Xiaoyang. Is there a solution to this thing? Xiaoyang took a deep breath and turned to ask. No. There are countless strong people in the world, and no one can find a way to crack it. Once you are contaminated with a pure heart, I am afraid that the holy flame in your body will be completely suppressed and sealed. Yu'er said solemnly. Since that's the case, I don't believe in this evil. Thunderfire Hell King. Xiaoyang's expression was shocked when he heard the words, and the thunder attribute power of the soul clone in his body instantly emerged, and immediately crashed into Xiaoyang's flames. At that time, a huge figure like a giant that lifted the sky suddenly emerged. Good trick. Seeing this, the 4 demon guards couldn't help but be surprised. Obviously, Xiaoyang's handwriting was far beyond their imagination. Light of purity. The demon guard didn't take it seriously, his palms were rolling, and the endless white light fell off the heart of purity, and immediately whistled away at Xiaoyang. Damn! The white light that fell from the pure heart just touched the Thunderfire Hell King, and suddenly the Thunderfire Hell King's indestructible body surface, the flame power was like a weak fire encountering a flood, and disappeared in an instant, leaving only the thunder attribute. It's too strong. Yue was in the situation, and naturally felt Baimang's suppression of the power of Saint Flame. Such a tyrannical power is probably something Xiaoyang can stop. Xiaoyang, will you go to the shrine of the Lord of Souls? Yue said abruptly, seeing Xiaoyang struggling to cope with the monstrous white light. I will go to the temple of the Lord of the Soul. Where is there anything I need? Xiaoyang didn't know that Yue would ask such a question, so he could only grit his teeth and say, if that's the case, then I'll give you a chance to enter the shrine of the Lord of Souls in the future, maybe you can repay me well. As soon as the voice fell, the black robe covering Yue disappeared, revealing the dazzling soul body. Not good. Stop her for me. The demon guard leader who kept urging his pure heart suddenly realized something and said suddenly, his voice was full of extreme urgency. Soul skill, Mi Tianyin. After a while, Yue laughed slowly, and then the whole body burned violently like a flame. After the blink of an eye, a wave of sound centered on itself and suddenly spread out towards the surrounding area. Wong buzzing. The sound wave slowly spread, but it was as shocking as a magic sound, which made everyone present tense, and the movements in their hands became slow. The King of Thunder and Fire, eliminate it. Dragon God's first transformation, the third transformation. Fire explosion. Swallowing flame technique. For a time, while the 4 demon guards were sluggish by the attack of Yue's soul, the power in Xiaoyang's body tumbled violently, and his strength soared to the half-step 5-star fighting immortal level in an instant. With the blessing of the Dragon God transformation, Xiaoyang's arm turned into a strange cyan color, dragon scales appeared on the cyan arm, and under the dragon scales, there was an extremely obscure dominant fluctuation, which slowly showed. Bring it to me. Xiaoyang's figure burst out like a ghost, and immediately slapped the demon guard with his palm. Being attacked by the soul force, the demon guard's defensive power and use of Do-Chi became extremely slow for a while, so the pure heart in his hand was directly robbed by Xiaoyang. This is the so-called Holy Flame Killer, the Heart of Purity. Just after the Heart of Purity was obtained, both the Holy Flame and Holy Flame Heart in Xiaoyang's body erupted with extreme fearful fluctuations. Xiaoyang couldn't help but put it in front of him and looked at it carefully. Stand up. With a sound, the white light surrounding the pure heart disappeared completely and transformed into its true form. This is a palm-sized crystal block. The crystal block as a whole is like a human heart, and the whole is red. There is even a trace of scarlet blood on top of this blood crystal, constantly flowing, but those crystals seem to be faint. About the outline of a miniature version of a human woman, the woman is full of violence and unrestrained, expressing endless sadness. Pure heart. The composition of this thing is actually human? No. Is this the blood of a human woman? So, the Holy Flame Killer was born like this. Despicable, despicable, despicable. In an instant, Xiaoyang seemed to sense the composition of a pure heart, and immediately laughed out loud. The composition of the pure heart, even among the alien races, is classified as a secret. Have you noticed anything? Xiaoyang, are you alright? Seeing Xiaoyang falling into a frantic laughter, Yue just calmed down the ghost chi in his body, and immediately said, ha ha ha. What if you know? Humans still need human restraint. Pure heart, detonate it. Bloom with the luster that belongs to you, and completely suppress and wipe out this holy flame. After a while, the threat of Yue's soul attack dissipated, and the leader of the demon guard laughed loudly. With the roar of the demon guard, the pure heart standing on the palm of Xiaoyang's palm suddenly beat violently like a heart, and then an elegant and beautiful woman suddenly emerged from the crystal of the pure heart. At the same time, an extremely tyrannical imprisoning force is also slowly brewing, and it will explode at any time. At this time, Xiaoyang's heart was filled with horror, but behind this shock, there was a touch of madness that was close to extreme, and a touch of anger. Woo! In the void surrounded by the 4 demon guards, a beautiful figure appeared above Xiaoyang's head. This Qianying is an energy body that emerges from the pure heart, but this Qianying is full of pure power and a violent aura towards the holy flame. This power may not pose any threat to other powerhouses. But for Xiaoyang, who possesses the holy flame, this power is enough to easily suppress the sealed holy flame, and Xiaoyang's journey along the way, a lot of credit should be attributed to the holy flame. If the holy flame is suppressed by the seal, I am afraid that Xiaoyang's cultivation and origin will cause immeasurable damage. This kind of consequence is undoubtedly something Xiaoyang can bear. The pure heart, if nothing else, should be made by human women. These human women are quite special. They are born in the yin and yin. Coupled with some extraterrestrial evil clan's special methods, I am afraid that the pure heart has just formed the nemesis of the holy flame. Seeing the energy body of Qianying, that the energy in front of him was becoming more and more intense, and could be completely detonated at any time, Xiaoyang couldn't help but muttered, obviously relying on the tyrannical power of his own soul and various factors in his body, gave him a deep understanding of the pure heart just now. Are you afraid? Suffer to death. Seeing Xiaoyang's understatement, the leader of the demon guard roared, apparently thinking that Xiaoyang was now frightened, but today is the day when Xiaoyang was bleak, and it was also when Xiaoyang fell. Similar to Xiaoyang, the heaven's favorite who can conquer Xiaoyang, the demon guard will not let him go, otherwise, once he grows up, it will be a disaster for the evil tribes outside the territory in the future. Obliterating the master of the holy flame, in subduing and suppressing the holy flame, such a credit, if it is passed back to the mouth of the devil of light, I am afraid that he will also rise to the top because of this. Are you afraid? Hearing the demon guard's words, Xiaoyang also sneered, and then made a slight voice, but there was no fear in his voice, instead it was full of arrogance. This voice was not addressed to others, but only to himself. As soon as the voice fell, a aura appeared on Xiaoyang's body, which seemed to be provoked by Xiaoyang himself, and permeated from the deepest part of his body. Wong buzzing. Old buddy, are you afraid? Xiaoyang asked casually when he noticed such violent and fiery fluctuations in his body and blood responding to him. It seems to be asking about the fighting core in Xiaoyang's body, it seems to be asking about a duo Xiaoyang, or the burning judgment in the body. Even Xiaoyang himself doesn't know who to tell, but it is Xiaoyang. The action calmed down the already restless Xiaoyang, and at the same time, there was some power in the body, slowly recovering. Since you don't agree, then start rewriting it from now on. The pure heart is also trying to suppress me, let's dream. If no one can crack it, then I will be the first person in the past and present. The next moment, Xiaoyang's pupils closed slightly, and immediately opened, but Yua noticed that Xiaoyang's pupils seemed to be filled with some kind of power at this time. Huaxin Tianyang, come out. The great heavenly seed crimson flame, come out. For a time, the khaki flame and the fiery red flame slowly burst out from Xiaoyang's body. Under Xiaoyang's fierce power, the suppression of the pure heart was reduced to a minimum for a while. Have you decided to use the source? But it doesn't matter anymore, it's time to end. The demon guard sneered when he saw Xiaoyang's actions. When the pure heart appeared, it was an announcement of the fall of the master of the holy flame. The foreign evil race and the great thousand world fought countless times. This is an unwritten rule, and no one has ever been able to break it. The fire attribute on this guy is so strong. It turns out that he has the blessings of Saint Flame and the great heaven seed. Seeing this, the powerhouses of the other 4 academies nodded suddenly, finally understanding Xiaoyang's reliance. But then I'm afraid. As soon as the voice fell, the 4 souls and the powerhouses of the 4 courtyards were attacking the Wuzhishan formation. As they attacked like this, it was only a matter of time before the formation shattered. However, in the dark space at the bottom, the void is squirming, as if some terrifying creature is about to emerge. Something's wrong. This piece of void always gives me a sense of unease. For a while, the 4-soul venerable didn't notice a trace of power falling out of his body. It is impressive that he is a strong man in the Senate, Qingfeng. Qingfeng just appeared, and he was hiding, obviously looking for something hidden in this void. Heart of Purity. With a cold snort, the crystal heart of the Heart of Purity swelled violently and exploded abruptly. Qianying's energy body was also like a violently contracting bomb, completely turning into a milky white light, completely enveloped and bound this void. At this moment, the radiance is radiant, as if the goddess of light imposes the most severe torture on criminals who violated the law. It's good to come. Give it to me. With the help of the dragon god transformation and Fenju, Xiaoyang forcibly compressed the 2 flames together, and immediately turned into a beautiful lotus seed, attacking the pure heart. 1-colored and half-colored Buddha's fury lotus, I hope to buy some time for me. Ying bless me. He casually cast a half-colored lotus seed, and suddenly this extremely terrifying lotus seed actually retreated, and it was completely suppressed by the power of this pure heart in a short time, but this also bought Xiaoyang a lot of time. Wong buzzing. The ethereal ice flames, come out. Immediately, he felt the heartbeat trembling violently in his chest, and a wisp of azure blue liquid flowed down Xiaoyang's atrium to Xiaoyang's palm. How could it be 2 holy flames? Even if the entire void was filled with the purifying power of the Heart of Purity, the leader of the demon guard noticed that on Xiaoyang's palm, 3 flames of completely different nature had already gathered. Moreover, as a foreign evil race, the perception of holy flame is stronger than any human being. That's not enough. Seeing the shock on the demon guard's cheeks, Xiaoyang didn't hesitate at all. He watched 3 liquid-like flames appear on the palm of his hand in astonishment and opened his mouth. Ghost-face Soul Yang, come out. A roar was piercing the heart, but it was Xiaoyang's roar that caused the eyes of everyone present to become stunned, and even a look of disbelief filled them. Eyeball. This guy actually has 3 holy flames in his body. How is that possible? The leader of the demon guard looked at Xiaoyang's palm, 4 clumps of azure blue, cyan, khaki, and fiery red liquid. A rare fear filled his heart. Who would have thought that the most tyrannical and rarest saint flame in the great thousand worlds actually appeared on a human boy at the same time, and when it appeared, not 1 or 2, but 3. The power generated by the 3 holy flames is enough to destroy the world. Milky filled the entire undying holy tan space. With the complete explosion of the pure heart, the power of the 5 Fingers Mountain formation and the power of fire attributes were weakened a lot. But at this time, in this milky white space, a figure bathed in flames was extremely dazzling. Counting carefully, the colors of the flames surrounding his body turned out to be as many as 4. The fire-red flame was the weakest, followed by the khaki flame, the cyan flame, and the azure flame. On the contrary, the azure flame was the most dazzling, but the appearance of the 4 flames filled the hearts of everyone present with a deep breath of death. 3 holy flames exist on a human body at the same time. How is this possible? Even if the power of the holy flame is 1, it will destroy the sky and the earth. 3 holy flames exist in one person at the same time, which is tantamount to self-destruction. Yu Xiao and Deng Qing said with ashen faces. Who would have thought that the weakest and most inconspicuous guy in the competition for the undead fire this time was actually the most hidden guy? And what this group of people don't understand the most is that there is an unwritten rule in the great thousand worlds, that the most powerful thing like holy flame, even some powerhouses with profound strength, can only devour one, and devour the second. This is enough to explode and die because the power of the 2 holy flames is different from each other. Why is Xiaoyang able to swallow the 3 holy flames like this? This guy. It seems that our research has been successful. In the vast world, apart from the supreme beings such as the Holy King, there are very few strong people who can integrate multiple holy flames together. Looking at Xiaoyang with the fierce momentum now, Yue couldn't help laughing. Yue knows that until now, there is not much hope of competing for the undying fire. After all, there are many factors in the 4 demon guards and the Wuji mountain formation, not to mention Xiaoyang who coexists with the 3 holy flames, but Yue she doesn't have much interest in Xiaoyang herself. She just wants to avenge the countless soul courtyard comrades who have fallen under the hands of the master of the soul. This time, the ruins didn't come in vain. At least the results of the teacher's experiment have confirmed. It's time to go. Yue cast a glance at Xiaoyang and said with a smile. Soul Academy is conducting research on swallowing multiple holy flames at the same time. Naturally, it is clear that 2 holy flames exist in a human body at the same time. The power of destruction is definitely not something they can bear, let alone 3 holy flames today. Destructive power can be said to be unprecedented. Yue knew that Xiaoyang had 3 holy flames in his body, and he had come to subdue undying fire. He would definitely go to the temple of the Lord of Souls to subdue Acacia Heartbroken, but the 2 holy flames Yue could not be, as long as they wiped out their entire souls. The culprit in the hospital pays the corresponding price. Without the slightest hesitation, a beautiful scroll emerged as Yue's jade hands rolled over. Xiaoyang, we will have a period in the future. I hope you don't let me down. 3 or even 4 saint flames will be enough to grow into the real peak of the great thousand world in the future. As soon as the voice fell, Yue's jade hand was crushed, and his body became illusory and suddenly disappeared here. The powerhouses of the 5 courtyards naturally hold the scrolls to leave the holy tan of undying, but once they use the scrolls, it means that they have nothing to do with the undead fire, so they will not use them unless they have to. Damn! What should we do? The other powerhouses from the 5th Academy looked at Xiaoyang in midair and said solemnly, let's wait and see. If things really get to that point, I'm afraid we have to leave here. The guys headed by Deng Qing and several others could only shake their heads helplessly. Not to mention that the power of the 4 demon guards and the power that burst out from the pure heart made them quite struggling, and even the shocking power of the 3 holy flames in Xiaoyang's body made them have to be so serious. With the blessing of the 3 holy flames, if Xiaoyang wanted to obliterate them, it would be extremely easy. There are 3 holy flames in this guy at the same time. The leader of the demon guard narrowed his eyes and lost his voice. My lord, we went to the holy town of the undead without the knowledge of the devil. It was a big deal, and now we have used a pure heart. Sir, let's retreat. The milky white space was filled with pure power, but Xiaoyang's body was surrounded by 3 holy flames, so the power of the pure heart was greatly reduced. Although the heart of purity is the nemesis of sacred flame, it is also divided into strengths and weaknesses. The heart of purity they use can at best suppress sacred flames ranked in the top 30, but it obviously has very little effect on today's Xiaoyang. Wait a minute, I don't believe that the power of the 3 holy flames can be completely controlled by him. The leader of the demon guard heard the words, and immediately urged the dazzling power of light all over his body to continuously shoot at Xiaoyang. Old man, I haven't seen you for a long time. Looking at the 4 flames surrounding him like elves, Xiaoyang forced a smile and said, the source fire of the 3 holy flames, plus the primordial fire of the great heaven seed, the pure heart was very restrained on the flame at first, but with the operation of Xiaoyang's body-burning determination and the increase of holy flames, the pure heart, the repression of the heart has suddenly decreased. According to Xiaoyang's perception, it seems that the pure heart is also divided into power. This pure heart is enough to easily suppress the holy flames ranked in the top 30. It is a pity that Xiaoyang's 3 holy flames have now increased, and the power of the pure heart has also been suddenly destroyed. Drop. Come on. In the next instant, the corners of Xiaoyang's mouth became crazy, and a deadly awe filled his body. This guy summoned 3 holy flames. What is he trying to do? Seeing Xiaoyang's crazy eyes, the 4 flames surrounding his body became quiet, and then he slowly faced them with his palms close. The demon guard couldn't help but wonder. Fix it for me. Buddha's fury fire lotus. It seemed to be roaring like a roaring beast. Xiaoyang's voice just fell, and the Fenju in his body was running at a high speed, and a trace of Do Qi after being tempered by Fenju emerged, covering the 4 flames, and the 4 flames suddenly turned into flames. He had to calm down, and under the guidance of Xiaoyang, the fusion slowly began. After all, this is not the first time to merge, so it is quite easy to merge all the way. For this reason, the dragon scales on Xiaoyang's arms are also bombarding. Some skins are even under such hot flames, became fleshy and bloody. Crazy. This guy is definitely a lunatic. Seeing Xiaoyang's terrifying scene, the other powerhouses in the 5 major courtyards were filled with fear, and immediately they did not hesitate, cast a ruthless glance at the immortal fire position, and then did not dare to have any after hesitation. The scrolls appeared in the palm of his hand, and all of them left here in an instant. At this point, in the space filled with pure hearts, only Xiaoyang, the 4 demon guards, and the 4 souls were left. The Buddha is angry, and the ghosts and gods will be executed. 3.5 color Buddha's wrath fire lotus. Xiaoyang's pupils turned red, and his body was filled with vindictive energy and flames. Relying on his instinct, he threw the lotus seed that stood quietly on the beautiful lotus pedestal at the position of the 4 demon guards. Go! Wherever the flaming lotus seed lotus platform passed, the power of the pure heart shattered, and even the ever-steady void, a shattering sound could be heard incessantly. This guy will definitely be a big problem for our confidants in the future. Seeing Xiaoyang's actions, the 4 soul venerable suddenly appeared, and hurriedly filled his body with ghost energy to protect himself, but this mere source of power obviously couldn't resist Xiaoyang's attack. The aftermath, after the respite, was completely submerged under the scorching fire. No! Impossible! And the 4 demon guards tightened their eyes, filled with heart palpitations. The holy flame is a deadly threat to the evil races outside the realm. The power generated by the fusion of 3 holy flames may be enough to obliterate the perfect powerhouse of the 5 starfighting immortals. At that time, a roaring explosion like a catastrophe resounded throughout the void. The momentum is huge, like heaven's punishment. Boom! The mighty 3-color half-Buddha wrathful fire lotus shone like dawn, completely destroying the power of countless pure hearts, and even the entire void became illusory, with a strong death. Breath emerges. After a while, Xiaoyang's body suddenly fell from mid-air towards the bottom. It was obvious that the Buddha's anger lotus, which had just been 3.5 colors, had consumed too much of Xiaoyang's vindictive energy. Have they all disappeared? He fell to the ground, gasping for breath. He didn't care too much, so he took out the Emperor Spirit Pill and swallowed it. Emperor Lingdan, which can be taken once a month, can restore 60% of Do Qi in a short period of time. Crash! A deafening voice sounded, but the voices of the 4 demon guards and other powerhouses disappeared in an instant. According to Xiaoyang's perception, the soul origin of the 4 souls and Mu Wushuang should have been captured by him. Completely obliterated. As for the 4 demon guards, I am afraid that they are also turned into nothingness under the fusion of their own holy flames. No matter what, the formidable power contained in the Buddha's furious fire lotus in 3 colors and a half can be learned from the world, and naturally the 4 demon guards can't handle it. This little guy has a lot of details, and he actually has 3 holy flames, TSK. After the breath, in a rather dark place, the Heishan Longlang grinned. After a while, Xiaoyang's breath recovered a lot, and then he glanced away slightly. The power contained in the 3-color and half-colored Buddha's fury lotus turned this place into nothingness, and even the towering ancient trees and the Wuji mountain formation disappeared completely, leaving only an extremely huge giant pit. The hot fluctuations emerged, obviously the fluctuations of the holy flame. As for other places, it was a mess. By the way, little Zhuama. As if remembering something, Xiaoyang rolled over and walked towards the giant pit step by step. Boom. At the same time, a sense of awe filled this void. What? Xiaoyang's keen sense of smell was hurriedly startled, and his eyes narrowed to scan the messy void. For a moment just now, it seemed that some creature was staring at him, but in that moment, Xiaoyang's whole body was cold, like a dying person. At the same time, at the top of this void, an eagle-like cry resounded completely. With the appearance of this sound, Xiaoyang's heart became solemn again. This is enlarged version of the immortal ghost bird? Xiaoyang's eyes widened, the boss hurriedly said. Boom. The strange voices continued, but at the top of this messy void, a huge black shadow obscuring the sun descended vertically and shot towards Xiaoyang. The whole is like a tit, the dark brown feathers, and the golden giant claws indicate an extremely tyrannical attack. The most conspicuous is the crown of the head, a ray of grey flame, beating slowly. The grey flame, like an elf's, contains extremely mysterious power. Wang humming. For a time, the undead underworld sparrow, which was seriously injured in Xiaoyang's body, also burst into strange waves. What? Is this guy the king of the undead sparrow? Your undead nymphs are the guardian spirit beasts that guard undead fire? After the breath, the undead nymphs in Xiaoyang told Xiaoyang some obscure information, and Xiaoyang was suddenly shocked. Boom. Humans, retreat. The king of undead ghosts with a huge body and a proud head lowered towards Xiaoyang said to Xiaoyang. This. Xiaoyang fell into a short period of thought. Now that all the powerhouses competing for the undying fire have been resolved, if he retreats, the undying fire will probably have to give up. The strength of the king of undead sparrows in front of him is probably already at the level of a 6-star fighting immortal. Compared with the undying sparrow in his body, it is much more tyrannical, but to make Xiaoyang give up undying fire, for Xiaoyang, it is still there are many reluctances. Don't worry, fight once. After a while, Xiaoyang's pupils became deep, and a wave of determination emerged. Up to now, all I can do is try my best. Fighting soul, the undead ghost, come out for me. Xiaoyang shouted loudly, and above his body, the phantom body of the undead sparrow emerged. Oh! Descendants of my clan? Seeing the same energy phantom on Xiaoyang's body, the king couldn't help but muttered. Immortal fire feather. The next moment, Xiaoyang's voice sounded like thunder, and the feather on his body trembled, turning into a sky-filled fire feather and blasting towards this guy. Bang bang bang! The seemingly fierce dark brown feathers burst out, and the king of undead nether sparrow slapped it casually. The space was silent, and the attack was easily resolved. This. Difficulty swallowing, Xiaoyang looked at the man suspiciously. Thank you, this guy, for completely breaking the imprisonment set by the undead fire on me. In order to thank you, hand over the 3 holy flames in your body together. Ha ha ha. The voice just fell, and around the man, circles of grey flames spread out like energy ripples. The flames were extremely hot and immortal, which was shocking. It's really a wave of unresolved waves, a fire that never dies. Xiaoyang was a little helpless, but his body was full of fighting spirit. The goal of the king of the undying nether sparrow should also be undying fire, but it's just that he can't handle such a behemoth now. Oh, forget it, the battle just now has exhausted me. No. This is the source fire of the other 3 holy flames in my body, but I have a request on Xiaoyang's palm. 3 flames of different colors are beating. The 3 groups of flames are the flames of holy flames, but they are far from the real origin of holy flames. At best, they are only subfires, but they are covered by Xiaoyang, so the king of undead nether sparrows did not find them either. What are the conditions? The man sensed it and said with a smile after finding that the 3 flames on Xiaoyang's palm did not contain any traps. Thank you for your kindness of not killing the senior, but the fire of immortality is the holy flame in the top 20. I wonder if I can let the kid watch the evolution of the senior's devouring? Xiaoyang said humbly. The holy flame on the palm of his hand directly confronted him. It pushes away. This guy, just give me the holy flame so easily. The king of the undead nether sparrow accepted the 3 flames and asked suspiciously. Senior don't need to worry. The battle just now consumed too much of the junior's strength. It would be too unwise to have a conflict with a strong enough to reach the 6-star Do's Yan at this time. But even if I die, I want to see the fire of immortality with my own eyes, so I hope that the younger generation will be successful. Xiaoyang said sincerely, very sincere, and it didn't look like a performance at all. Okay, this king will satisfy you. After this is done, your undead ghost fighting soul, this king, will also repair it for you. Let's start. As soon as he finished speaking, the man was transforming into the real body of an immortal sparrow. The hot grey flames on his head kept beating. In a short period of time, 4 flames of different colors continued to spin around his head. 4 holy flames. Although there are only 4 Saint Yenzi fires, if such a scene is left unchecked in any part of the world, it will probably cause a lot of changes, but there is a fleeting smile on the corner of Xiaoyang's mouth. This video will end here.